What's going on YouTube? So welcome to episode 2 of Roll to the Show, which is me documenting the run up to my competition, showing you my prep. Today we've got something that's quite interesting. Now I took a deload week this week, so I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite boring. It's been a lot of walking, not much training at all, no training at all. So there's not really a lot for me to show you, but what we are going to do is I'm going to show you one of my posing sessions. Now a lot of people think posing's easy because it's a lot of just standing still, tensing, whatever. Let me tell you, it's harder than a session, right? It's harder than a training session. I sweat more, feel worse after it, and it's just little tweaks that make the difference. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing on the run up, so you're going to get a live show of me doing my poses. And I've also got 3 great questions that I got asked. Well, I asked on Instagram, and I got 3 fantastic answers. So I'm going to answer 3 of these, and then basically show you exactly what I'm doing, speak about like my recovery and stuff like that on the way there, why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I took a deload week and whatever else. So yeah, let's get moving.
First session, it was quite good actually. I was quite impressed because a lot of guys can't get the lats out. It was a little bit slow on transitions, but to be expected. So today we've done a full hour, near enough non-stop, front pose. That's come on absolutely loads because he was just leaning back a little bit too much. And we've got that full depth now, and we're trying to slow all them transitions down. And to be able to do that full T-walk on a 3rd session, I think that's like really, really good. I generally wouldn't even get onto a T-walk on a 3rd session. You'd still be trying to get like the right angle of the lat on a side pose or on a front pose. So it's kind of leaps and bounds. Generally doesn't really need any more posing. I think it's going to be more of a confidence thing now.
So as you can see from the posing session, it went well, but it was very, very difficult today. The contrast between the beginning of the video and this part of the video, you can probably see I'm absolutely drained. From the minute I walked in today, it was difficult. This week in general has been difficult, mainly just because obviously I'm 4 weeks out now. It gets more difficult as time goes on. But yeah, today was very, very, very hard. It was very draining. Like literally halfway through the session, like I just didn't, to be honest, just didn't want to be there. Like it was just very mentally, physically draining, difficult to hold poses. I've literally got nothing in me, so today was very hard. But that's what I mean. A lot of people think posing's easy. It's not. I would rather a training session than that. That is like an hour's worth of hard cardio. Like I was absolutely dripping in sweat. Everything was cramping up. So yeah, bit of an insight into posing. So hopefully you can understand just how difficult it is, and it's not just a case of being stood still and holding it for a couple of seconds. It's literally minutes at a time. But as I said to Jane upstairs then when we was off camera, the good news is when I'm on stage it's only going to be a few minutes, to be honest, that I'm holding poses. like your mandatory poses, then your T-walk and stuff that I've got to do. So if I can do that for an hour, I should be able to bring much better quality when it's just like me in the stage for 3 minutes. So there's a plus side to everything.
How many weeks have you been cutting for?
So altogether at the moment I've been cutting for around 6 weeks, but I will have cut by the time competition rolls around for around 10 weeks. Now this is quite short for a lot of competition preps that you hear. Some people you hear 16 weeks, 14 weeks, 12 weeks. A lot of people don't hold condition all year round. Luckily, obviously we did a photo shoot in January, which was kind of a runway to like a comp prep to see how I'd react and what we could do better this time. So we kind of learned my body a little bit better for when the time came. So we reversed dieting really well. So we kept quite a lot of condition. I was still pretty lean, pretty vascular, body fat was quite low by the time it come to like reaching prep and stuff. So we've actually got away. It might even be 9 weeks. It's definitely 9 or 10 weeks it'll be, but I'm currently about 6 weeks into my cuts and I'm starting to like really feel it now, as I've just been mentioning them during that session. But yeah, another 4 weeks and that'll be it. So 10 weeks in total, we'll call it.
So now you're at like a pretty low body fat percentage. Are you finding that there's sort of negative effects of being that lean?
Now, this is a cracking question and I'm glad it got asked, because there's a common misconception, a huge misconception, that when you look at people who are super lean on stage, dead vascular, loads of muscle, that they're healthy, you don't feel healthy. And anybody who has competed at this level or gone to this level of extreme for other sports will back me up. At this present moment, I don't feel healthy and I'm probably not. But this is what I'm saying. I've spoken about extreme methods and things before, and we're basically aiming for a small window. Like I was speaking to you before about it, and this year is all to aim to look good for 3 minutes when I'm on stage. So it's not a sustainable thing to keep hold of. So I'm not gonna lie, you feel pretty shit. Like right now I'm really lethargic, I'm tired, because it's alright at first when you first start cutting, yeah, your calories are a bit lower and you do miss your food and whatever else, but you've got a certain level of body fat, a certain level of water you've kept hold of that pretty much makes things a lot easier. But when you get super lean, you're super lethargic, you're tired, you don't really want to get out and about, training's more difficult because you're super dry, like you can pick up injuries a lot easier and stuff like that. So don't get me wrong, it's great to look lean and it's great to like see your body progressing, but at the same time it doesn't feel great. So again, like I say, a common misconception is you look at someone and think, bloody hell, they look fantastic, they're like the epitome of health. But not even 9 times out of 10, every single time, guaranteed, whoever's on stage, whatever it is, they're not in a healthy position physically. They may look great, but they don't feel great, and I can guarantee that, and I'm speaking from personal experience.
So you talked about the negative side of things, but what's been the best part of prep so far?
Listen, I've absolutely loved prep, genuinely. I've always had a mindset, I'm not going to say it's a winning mindset and sound arrogant, but I've always had a mindset that I just want to strive to be the best version of myself, and seeing myself physically grow every single week is great. Like, that for me is the best thing, because I'm not going to lie, no part of this is easy, and I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to get up at 5 AM and go for a fasted walk. I don't want to go and train. I don't want to pose. I don't want to restrict myself. I don't want to do any of it. But seeing yourself progress every single week, for me, and bringing the best version of myself to competition is without a doubt one of the best things. That, and also knowing I can do it. There's a lot of question marks, and I was having this conversation with someone in the gym. The idea of something and doing something are two completely different things. So the idea of getting on stage, looking super shredded, everything like that, is a fantastic idea, but it's everything in between that the vast majority of people can't do. Now that, for me, although I kind of knew it and I've got it in me to do it, I've got that level of mental strength, resilience, work ethic, I've got it in me to do it. Theoretically, it's good to know that I can actually do it. So obviously now we're 6-7 weeks in pretty much, and like I've not dropped the ball, I've not skipped a beat, I've ticked every single box. So it's good for me knowing that I've got the mental capacity to do this, so I can do it again. And obviously, like I said before, seeing yourself physically change every single week, getting better and better, leaner, more vascular, things like that, it just makes all the hard work and the stuff you don't want to do completely worth it. So hopefully you've enjoyed an insight into exactly what it is I'm going through. Now, the reason I'm enjoying documenting this process, obviously you can see exactly what I'm going through, but it's quite often in the fitness industry, you see the start and the finish, you don't see the in-between. There's a lot of stuff in between, so hopefully this has given you a bit more information, a bit more of a feel into how difficult this actually is, but how rewarding it is as well. So this concludes episode 2. I'll be dropping episode 3 next week. I'm going to be doing it on every week running up to the competition, and we're going to document the competition as well. So if you'd like to stay on top of that and witness the rest of the journey, do not forget to like the video. You'd be doing me a big favour. Subscribe and hit that bell button so you get the notification anytime that I upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.